pick up the first chopstick and rest it on your ring fingers. About an inch goes beyond your thumb. Then pick up the second chopstick and rest it on your middle fingers. Make sure that they are parallel. Now you can use your middle fingers and index finger to move your second chopstick, just like this. You can use your chopsticks in many different ways. For example, selecting, mixing, picking, dipping, and scooping. You can use this chopsticks to eat any Chinese dishes. I'm Cece from Food Paradise. Thank you for watching.
Welcome back. We're live in Times Square for NTD's 4th International Chinese Culinary Competition. We are in round 2 of the finals featuring the Shandong cuisine.
Yes, we just watched Cece demonstrate how to use chopsticks well, and
That's
it's
right.
really, it's you know, chopsticks, I think it's beautiful to watch people eat with chopstick correctly because they're like extensions of your fingers.
That's right, and they require a certain level of dexterity, so it actually helps also to preserve the mind, and that's mind and body is very much part of Chinese culture, isn't it?
Yes, and if anybody here has ever seen SHEN, which is coming to Lincoln Center in January, I don't know if they'll have it again this year, but in the past they had this dance where they used chopsticks, and it was one of my favorite dances that I've ever seen.
NTD is an independent, non-profit organization committed to the creating and bringing truthful and uncensored information into and out of China, and they've been doing so for 10 years.
Yes, they also are very much into promoting traditional culture. Here we're promoting traditional Chinese culinary arts because they really want to help facilitate the understanding between the East and the West. So we're not holding this competition in Asia, but we're actually holding this competition right here in New York City.
That's right. We're giving Chinese chefs from around the world the opportunity to come here and spread their culture to the West.
I think a lot of people actually haven't truly tasted authentic Chinese cuisine, and so there's a very touching story from last year. One of the competitors came here, and he had struggled to get here. He didn't have as much support as he would have liked from his family, but he made it here, and he was so moved after competing in the middle of Times Square because he said, here I've spent my entire life working on mastering the art of Chinese culinary arts, and yet I find that oftentimes people don't really understand it and don't really know the real true art and meaning behind it, and yet NTD has brought it to the world, in the middle of the center of the world.
That's right. Our mission is not just about multimedia, but it's about culture, people, and civilization. And it's so moving to see these Chinese people come here, appreciate that, and join in the preservation and the reviving and the promotion of this wonderful, wonderful culture with so many gems and so many pearls for us to enjoy.
Yes, so at the end of the competition, he came up to the organizer of the producer of this competition, and he actually had tears in his eyes.
Wow.
And he said, you know, I'm so happy that I made the decision to come here, even though it was very difficult for me. And he really felt special to be part of it.
And he felt proud to see his culture being showcased to the world. Speaking of showcasing, let's head back into the kitchen and see how our chefs are doing.
Yes, we're in kitchen station number 3. We're looking at one of the competitors, Chu Tsai-sheng from Taiwan, and it looks like he's actually
just finishing one of his dishes.
Yeah, finishes up his first, the sliced chicken fillet braised with egg whites. So
that's right. These chefs have come a long way to showcase these skills. They've come all the way from Taiwan, and they're competing now in the finals, where the bronze has an opportunity to win $1,000, silver can win $3,000, and the gold prize winner is going to go home with a whopping $10,000.
Yes, and you know, it's a lot of work. They have to prepare 3 dishes in 1 hour, and they have no sous chef to help them.
That's right. Those people you see in the back of the kitchen stations are actually supervisors, and they are there as an extra pair of eyes, making sure that they are following the rules, that they are not using any secret ingredients, and particularly not any MSG.
Yes, we don't want to have any artificial flavoring or chemicals in our food.
That's right. It's not traditional at all. Actually, MSG was introduced to the culinary world as a way to enhance the flavor of ingredients, but it is an artificial ingredient. And what we are promoting is traditional Chinese cooking. And they had to rely on those skills to get those unique flavors out and to flush out all of the tasty flavors of all these different cuisines and from all these different regions in China. They couldn't rely on just a quick fix to make a dish taste yummy on the surface.
Yes, it's true. And if any of you are interested, if you're passing by and you're like, wow, that sounds amazing, and you can see all of the cooking action happening, you can actually buy a ticket to come in here and taste the food.
That's
you may
right.
purchase it at booth number 4. It says NTD's International Chinese Culinary Competition, but we have a limited number of seating. So please, if you're interested, hurry and get your ticket. You will be protected by the rain because we have very strong, good tents to protect you from that.
Yes, come on in. Get a ticket from booth number 4. Come in and try the food and cheer on the chefs with us. Why don't we head out to the crowd and see how they're doing. Over to you, Cece.
Hello, guys. 加油 is the Chinese way to cheer on to the contestants. Okay, now we're gonna say what? 1, 2, 3. 加油!
加油！加油！加油！加油！加油！
Great, thank you so much.
Welcome back. We're live here in Times Square for NTD's 4th International Chinese Culinary Competition. We are in round 2 of the finals featuring the Shandong cuisine, and we're in the kitchen watching one of our chefs use the famous Chinese cleaver. They use it for almost everything, don't they, Tyson?
Yes, many chefs in the West, you'll find, have an entire set of knives. And for everybody, I believe that knives are their most important tool for cooking.
That's right. We're watching Xu Hai Wang with some cutting skills right now.
But for Chinese chefs, they really only use one knife traditionally, and that knife is this wide, flat cleaver. It's large, it's sharp as anything, but they use it for everything.
That's
they use
right.
it for cutting vegetables, they use it to slice, shred, dice, mince.
That's right. They use it for parallel cutting, patty cutting, as you've seen. They even use it to tenderize and flip and roll. So they're using this one instrument to prepare and deliver this food into the fiery hot wok. Oh, look at this. It seems he's carving something.
Those are the bamboo shoots. Notice after he slices the bamboo shoots, he scoops it up with the knife and then puts it into, you know, in this case, he put it into a bowl. He's prepping all of the preparation process here.
And the heat and timing is not only to do with inside the wok, but it has to do with the timing of everything that they're doing, because he's got 3 dishes to cook in a very limited amount of time. So he has to be cooking them all at the same time, cooking one and preparing the others all simultaneously to make sure he can do his best job here in the finals.
Yes, and we're in station number 1. We're looking at Kujiang B, and he's just finished his sliced chicken fillet, which is the required dish. He's braised it with egg white, and as you can see, he's scooping it out with his ladle from the wok, and it looks absolutely wonderful.
That's right.
I think it's really worked out for him.
Well, we talked a little bit about how the Chinese knife is so versatile, but it's not just the Chinese knife, it's also the Chinese wok. If you notice that that is the main instrument that Chinese chefs will use, and they can use the wok for steaming, deep frying, braising, stewing, smoking. They make soup. I've even seen them make toffee yesterday in one of the dishes. And when it comes to frying, they use the wok for 9 different types of stir frying.
Yes, and you know, it's considered, actually, when you wash the wok, the wok is a very delicate metal, and you have to wash it a special way. And each chef brought their own wok because they have to, it's like they're always cooking with their own wok. It has its own qi or energy to it.
That's right, and woks are porous, so they even can retain flavor. So they understand their wok, and it's an extension of them as a chef.
Yes, chef's spirits are reflected in dishes. Oh, look at that. We are in cooking station number 4.
That's right, it's Lo Chi Xiang from Taiwan.
He's actually making a Sichuanese dish. So he's made it to the finals for the Sichuanese food, and he's making fried pork with salted pepper.
That's right. Sichuan cuisine is very different than Shandong. It features a lot of hot peppers. It's known for being very, very spicy, and it has its own very rich tradition. It has over 40 different cooking techniques, as well as 24 basic flavors that can be combined endlessly to make all different kinds of flavors. And that's one of the unique characteristics of the Sichuan cuisine, is an extensive variety of flavors.
Yes. Each region has a different weather condition, type, and it'll be reflected in the spirit of the people, in their dances, in their music, and also their food. Because nutrition is very much tied into Chinese people's culinary arts, and so the food is, if it's a very hot place, the food will help cool them down, and it's a very cold place like Northeast, the food will be more warming. You'll see more stews and meats, and it'll reflect the local area. Here in the West, we've had a lot of publicity about how important eating local vegetables and local farmed meats and etc. But in Chinese cuisine, that's actually classic. You really are supposed to eat according to your local region.
That's right. Nutrition is one of the two main pillars of Chinese cuisine. We've talked a lot about the taste and the flavors, but nutrition is as important as the taste. Many of the preparation and cooking methods found in traditional Chinese cuisine are designed specifically to either preserve or release the nutrients to maximize the health benefits of each dish. The same scientific principles found in traditional Chinese medicine, for example, are also found in the Chinese culinary cuisines. One of the most influential figures of Chinese medical histories, you could say he's a type of Chinese Hippocrates, if you will, also said that disease should first be treated with food.
Yes, food first, then medicine.
That's right.
Let's see how the crowd is doing. Over to you, Cece.
Hello, everyone out there under the rain. Feeling good? And with me here, I have Vanessa and SHEN from Australia. And they're quite adventurous with their raincoat on. How are you feeling?
Really, really good.
Besides the weather, fantastic.
And what do you think about this competition and all these adventure eating under the rain? What do you feel?
Oh, food's been amazing. Once in a lifetime experience.
And for you?
It's been great. We love the authentic Chinese food, and it's great to eat it here in Times Square.
What do you think about the food?
It's beautiful. Yeah, really good.
Yes, authentic Chinese food's been fantastic. Lovely. Enjoying the rain and the food and everything.
And this is quite a romantic day, isn't it? What do you think?
Oh, romantic, sure. It's been, fun. New York in every climate, weather and food.
And how do you like New York so far?
Well, we've had a great time. As I said, we've seen it sunny, rainy. So a brilliant time.
You just have to experience it all. All right, thank you so much. Let's get back to you guys.
Welcome back. We're live here in Times Square for NTD's 4th International Chinese Culinary Competition. We are in round 2 of the finals featuring the Shandong cuisine, and we have a little guest from the Sichuan cuisine too, don't we, Tai-san?
Yes, they are all competing. They're working hard. There's a lot that goes into this. They have to move quickly. They have to keep focused. They have to stay balanced, and they have to stay calm.
This is Bike Jiang from Flushing, New York. We have a local here.